right, in your music, right?
Yeah.
And I think that it's just the word being used by anyone that's non-black is pretty provocative right now, right? There's a lot of discussions in this, right?
Yeah.
You know, but can you discuss on that? Why do you feel so comfortable using it? Again, I have nothing against it. You know, everyone is raised up in different environments, right? Different people, but kind of share a little bit about that in case anyone's kind of interested in that or wondering why you're so comfortable using it. You mean?
Okay, so I'm gonna say it two different ways. I'm gonna say it in a polite way and I'm gonna say it in a gangster way, right?
Right.
So in the polite way is with all due respect, a man shouldn't tell another man what to say. So if I feel free to say something and it offends you, I personally don't care.
He just basically said "fuck you," and I agree with him right there.
So now in the gangster way is, if I say the word nigga and you a man and you get ruffled up, then that shows you a bitch. Don't worry about me. You know what I mean? Now I say the word nigga because I'm a hood nigga. I'm a street nigga. I'm a gangster. You feel me? And when people who know me, I have friends of all cultures. Some of my best friends are black, Samoan, Asian.
Yeah.
For me, I fuck with all my niggas, you dig? And we have a conversation. That's how we talk. I am not a cholo. I am a gangster. There is a difference. You understand? There is a big difference. I was raised gangster because my grandfather was a gangster. You carry yourself with a certain prestige, certain respect. You feel me? There's a certain code of conduct that we live by. You feel me? And I'm not saying half my family's are cholos and some are gangsters. I'm not knocking either one or. You feel me? But I consider myself a gangster. Reason being is because being a gangster is like, it's a certain level of, and like I said, once again, I'm not knocking nobody. There's like a certain level of class. Like, yo, you respect everybody. Don't feel above anybody. You feel me? You treat life to the fullest extent of the beauty that it really is. And I had to learn that from my grandma. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, if there's an issue, I'm not gonna get out. I'm just like, you know what? Politely, let's go talk outside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if we'll knuckle up.
I want you to school me on this one because I want to use one anecdote from my own life, but before I do that, I want to ask a question. Tell me if this statement is accurate. Can you say the N-word as long as you are one? Meaning that when you use that word, and if someone takes issue with it, you're willing to own the full weight of that word. Like if you have a problem with it and you feel like me as a man, I cannot say that word, then I'm gonna go ahead and challenge you on that issue and we can find out who's right and wrong. Like you said, we can step outside and decide who's right and wrong.
I had that issue already.
Yeah, so that's really what it is. That it's like as long as you're willing to be fully own it.
Yeah.
Is that part of it? Help me understand.
Well, look, actually, right. So once again, right. So I say the word nigga. You feel me? But my vocabulary, my stature, and my outlook on life is different from everybody else's. We are all different. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, I say the word nigga. So I'm gonna tell you about that story, right? So I was at the Tans Burger in Linwood. It was me and my boy. We're having a conversation. I was like, man, my niggas were laughing, and then there's these other two cats in back of us. It was some black cat. He was like, hey, he's like, what you say? I was like, what? He's like, don't be saying that. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, who are you, dog? He's like, hey, homie, don't be saying right here. I was like, well, that's how you feel. Like, I was like, hey, let's step outside, dog. Yeah. We stepped outside. I was like, what's cracking? Boom, rushed him, knuckle up, dropped his ass. His homeboy was right there. My homeboy right there. I was like, what's good, nigga? Get up. And they got up, boom, got him again. And then his homeboy like, you stupid. His homeboy told me, you stupid nigga over here starting shit. I was like, check it out, homie. Stay on my fucking conversation, dog. You dig?
So that shows that even within, with the brothers, there was two differences of opinion right there. One felt you couldn't say it. The other one was like, why are you even tripping? So this is what the point I guess I'm trying to make is that a lot of times I think people think that we think a certain way because of the color of our skin. I don't think that's the case. I think everybody thinks different regardless of the color of your skin. We all have different opinions, which is why I like when you said you have to respect people on the level of just the man. You can't think about his skin color. You can't think about his ancestors. You can only think about the way he deals with you and you deal with him. And I kind of gather it because here's an anecdote from my own personal life where when I was in a bad situation and I was around a bunch of real gangsters, and the lines were set by race. What I noticed there was a bunch of real motherfuckers there, black, brown, white, otherwise. And they were all real motherfuckers. These are the type of people that pray at night saying black power, white power. These are people that, there's some real ones. And I noticed that when you were in that supercharged, high-tense situation where it could crack off at any moment, I noticed that nobody was saying the N-word. And I thought that was interesting because I actually saw two brothers, African Americans, however people want to say it, but I saw two brothers actually start chunking them up because one of them kept saying the N-word, and he said, "Hey, it's brother." And then dude said the N-word again. He said, "Hey, it's brother." Dude said N-word again. And so it's interesting to me that in the most hyper violent, tension situation, there was no, you could say it, I can't say it, you could do it, I can't do it. It was like either we could all do it or we can't do it, and if you don't like it, we could get it cracking.
Yeah. Well, see, I think for me, and this is a good discussion, right? We all grew up in different locations, right?
Correct.
We grew up in Atlanta. There's not a lot of black folks, right? So we didn't use that term.
Yeah.
Because, there was no interaction, so it's not like we picked it up, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And we listen to rap music and shit, and it said it. So, from time to time, hey, pop, boom, 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 we don't, right? But I think it's different I have cats from all over the fucking LA, right? And I have cats that live in Compton, and they use the word nigga like every other fucking word. That's just the way, that's how they get down. That's their lingo, right? Yeah. I don't judge him on it because, again, to me, he's a fucking man. If he chooses to speak the way he speaks, hey, go for it, right? That's on you, So I personally don't have a problem with it because, again, it doesn't offend me. You can say any fucking thing, it doesn't offend me, right? But I have tough skin, right? But there's certain people that do,
Yeah.
And again, what I liked about what you said was that you're gonna stand by yours and you're gonna use whatever the fucking word you want to use, and if anybody's got a problem with it, then let's go ahead and address it.
That's real.
I like that shit because what Sin said was, to me, that's some America shit. I know motherfuckers think Americans are only like hillbillies waving the American flag. I don't think so. That's American gangster shit because, and I'm gonna say gangster shit because the people that founded this country, I don't know, I wasn't fucking there. Maybe it's all made up. I don't know. But apparently what they wrote, they're saying the same shit you guys are basically saying. Hey, check this out. I'm a man, you're a man, right? Created equal in the image of God, right? That's in the preamble of the.
Yep.
And they're like, check this out. Everybody could have a strap. Not just the king, not just soldiers. Everybody could have a strap. And everybody could say whatever they want.
Yeah.
And if you don't like what somebody says and you try to hurt them because they said something that hurt your fucking feelings and they smoke you, that's okay. They won't be put in jail. You will be if you survive this shit.
Yep.
They were saying differences of opinion. Bro, homie, this is tripping out. Like, didn't we grow up sticks and stones?
Yep.
Yeah.
Break my bones, but names can never hurt me. Now,
Facts.
people say words are violence.
Right.
And and put it this way, dog. Tell me if I'm wrong. If a person with the wrong skin color says the wrong word, and somebody with the right skin color punches them in the face, there's a large majority of people that will say that, oh, the person that got punched in the face deserved it. And I feel that because if you're a bully, right, and you call somebody's mom a bad name every day, and eventually he punches you, you kind of had that coming.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if they arrest you afterwards, you kind of had that coming too.
But I think a lot of it, in just my opinion, has a lot to do with how you were raised, right? Because now, honestly, not for anything, kids are raised differently, right? Like, oh, that's insensitive, don't say that shit. I'm like, God damn, like that's not how I was raised. They'll be like, hey, man the fuck up, right? But again, I think it's different. Well, let's get off the topic and let's kind of discuss another one. But I think based on that, I think, I appreciate you answering the question, but I think honestly it is demographical because, again, you said you have friends, and I'm sure that they use that word several times, right?
Yeah, actually, one of my best friends. Shout out to DJ. One of my best friends. He's black. You dig? And I mean, like I said, I have a lot of friends, but that's my boy. That's my brother. You dig? And they know how I talk. You feel me? We all talk like that. But when I say it to my people, I'm embracing you, my brother. You, my dog. That's like saying, like other cats, like my boy. You know what I mean? My nigga. My dude.
I get that because it's meant as a term of endearment, not in any way disrespect.
Correct.
Let me ask you this though. Let me throw a little curveball.
Yeah.
We will change. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Let's just go in depth with it. What would you do? Let's say if I was a brother and I heard you using that language, and I said to you, "Hey son, hey dog, when you say that, man, it kind of fucks with me, homie." Do you think it would be possible if you could just avoid using it around me? I don't know why, but it fucks with me, dog.
Yeah.
What do you think your response might be to that?
If it's said like that, I'd be like, you know what? I apologize that it offends you. I'll do my best not to say it around you. That is in my vocab, and that is who I am. But I respect your opinion. I'll try not to.
That's okay. That's pretty gracious because I was gonna actually expect, and maybe this would go there where if some people have a difference of opinion, and it's like, hey, if I keep doing this, and you can, maybe we should just part ways at this point.
Yeah.
But dude, that's a big, huge, open gesture where you're like, you know what?
Yeah. Because
I put an effort.
I do believe too, it's how people approach you. If you approach with respect, you get respect. If you approach with aggression, then aggression will be returned.
Yeah. No, but I agree with you, Sin. I think we'll wrap it up with this. I think you're speaking at it from a mass perspective. Regardless of, forget about the the N word or whatever, the nigga word, however people are comfortable saying it, right? It's not even about that. I think it's more so about you representing yourself as a man, right? And I think that is what people don't understand. It's like saying, I grew up a certain way, I'm gonna say what the fuck I wanna say, and if you got a problem with it, then at that point we could address it.
Yeah.
If they got a problem. But then on the other side, man, I'm glad you brought that up, Adam, is that if someone comes with you respect, you will acknowledge that as a man, because he came to you as a man, and at that point, it's finito, it's done, right?
I agree, though. I really, and we'll leave it there. I think that was good.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna edit this motherfucker or if we're gonna what we're gonna do. But once again, you are under the street lamp with the Nella fellas. I'm your boy Adam Mendoza,
DB Cooper,
and today we got Mr. Sin, the artist, in the house. Mr. Sin, real quick before we tap out, can you go ahead and let the people know where they can find you, your social media?
Instagram, Sin the Artist, basically every Sin Artist. Matter of fact, go to Google, put Sin the Artist, Google me, bitch.
I told you like that. All right, you guys, we're out. Hope everybody's having a good one.
Have a blessed day.